Hey guys, Terry here and welcome to another video. In today's video I want to talk about 10 things that surprised me / shocked me about Canada. So let me preface this by saying that I lived in Canada for 1 year, or like 1 school year, so that's 10 months. So that's what qualifies me for having my opinion on this, I guess. Let's get straight into it. Surprising thing number 1. Surprising thing number 1. The weather. If you've ever heard anything about Canada, it probably included snow, snowstorms, igloos, who knows? It was nothing like that. I was literally there for the whole year, pretty much. It never snowed once. It was actually much warmer than my home country, which is in the middle of Europe. There are places in Canada where it's warm and where it never snows, and where it's actually a lot warmer than many other places, so keep that in mind. Surprising thing number 2. Politeness. You might have heard this about Canada. This is quite a common fact that Canadians are known to be very polite and overall nice people. Why it was a surprise? Well, I come from a country where people are a little more not so outgoing and friendly, or they are, but not so straight away. To paint a picture, okay, so on the bus, and I'm not sure if this is everywhere in Canada, but it definitely was happening in Victoria, BC, in the city where I lived. When you were getting off the bus, you shouted thank you to the bus driver. Like, even if you were in the very back of the bus, you would just be stepping out of the bus and be like, thank you! And the bus driver like, hey, thank you! Yeah, just thanking for the ride, which is very strange, because here in Czech Republic it's more like, you better get out of my bus real quick. And the passenger will be like, okay, let me be okay. Or even just in an average supermarket, the cashiers would be so outgoing and would just start to ask you about your day and how are you? I was like, oh, all those people really care about me. It felt pretty good. But this goes along with a surprising thing number 3. Sense of fakeness. This is how I would call it. I think it's directly linked to what I just talked about. People are very outgoing and friendly, but they don't always mean it, and that's the harsh reality. After 2-3 months, when I was like, oh, all these people care about me, I'm so important, I started to slowly figure out that maybe that's not how exactly that is. Maybe they're just doing it because they want to increase sales, and they're actually not that interested in me, and they're just saying it because it's kind of automatic. You kind of have to take it with a grain of salt, especially when you come from a country which is not so outgoing. Surprising thing number 4. And I'm not entirely sure if this is positive or negative. What surprised me was the similarity with the US. From small things to the overall mentality. Some of the positive things are it's more accepted to go after what you want and living the American dream. I feel like there was kind of Canadian dream of its sort, but also to the negative sides, fast food is just as common as in the US, which I did not expect, especially given that I was in the British Columbia, which is the forest and mountains and lakes and nature part of Canada. There is fast food everywhere, and it's just such a normal part of everyone's life that I was like, oh, I kind of wished it wasn't that way. And also cars everywhere, driving everywhere, huge parking lots, drive-thrus everywhere. The surprising thing number 5. Variety. And I mean variety in so many aspects, really. One of them, which is kind of what most of you would guess, would be the multicultural environment. Multicultural. You can pretty much find probably any ethnicity or any nationality in Canada. There were Asians, there were black people, there were Europeans like me, there were South Africans, South Americans, everyone. It's just really cool to be surrounded by all those different people. You learn a lot about other countries and that makes you learn a lot about yourself in a weird way. Also variety in foods, in schools, in careers, like just much bigger country, so there's many more opportunities and variety in everything, which is cool. And hand in hand with that goes the surprising thing, number 6, which I called acceptance of weirdness. And before you go on, let me clarify what I meant by that, okay? I feel like the more you're exposed to different kind of things and different kind of people and different kind of habits and beliefs and opinions, the more you kind of get used to the fact that people are different and you'll kind of accept it at some point. You'll just learn that there is a big variety of people and you either have to stay away from it or learn to accept it. And I really found this in Canada, like when you are not hurting yourself or hurting anyone around you, the chances are that people will just tolerate what you are doing or who you are. Not just tolerate, but also accept. I was afraid of like everyone laughing at me and pointing their fingers at me, but they just didn't really happen, which felt really good. And I feel that the surprising thing number 7, enthusiasm, also goes with that. I really felt that there was much more people that were enthusiastic about what they do. Really do what they like really love, but they actually like love it deep down. It's always like such a cool experience when you come across the people that not just like what they do. And I found that much more common in Canada for some reason. Maybe it's because there is more people, so the chance of running into someone is higher. I don't think that's entirely true. I think there is just more people that are not afraid and that are encouraged to pursue their passion. One example that I would give is like farmers market. It was not just people who are selling vegetables. Like they would be literally able to, with like complete passion, I don't know, talk to you about like a cheese that they made, tomato which they grew. Always awesome to come across those people, and I felt like in Canada it was pretty common. Good job! Surprising thing number 8, hiking. Like now I went like pretty deep, so let me come back to the earth's surface. My host family once was like, oh, like what are your weekend plans? I was like, oh, I don't really know, like I'm up for anything. Like we are planning to go hiking. Okay, sounds cool. It basically looked like we just drove with the car somewhere a little further away. There was like a small lake and we would literally like walk around the lake. It was not like climbing mountains or literally just a pretty calm, nice walk around the lake. And that was like called hiking. We just went for like a 10-minute walk. Why should you make like a whole day about it? Hiking I would call like, okay, if you went to like the Rocky Mountains and climbed on like, you know, one of the hills, 20-kilometer hike through the mountains, then okay, like call it hiking and say that you love hiking. I don't know if this makes sense. Okay, we are approaching the end. The surprising thing number 9, community for everything. This was really surprising for me. Again, I come from a small town. In Canada, I was able to find community for pretty much anything and everything. Canadians overall, I found them very encouraging. They really liked people who were doing what they love and that they were ready to support them in it, which felt amazing, not gonna lie. And let's go to the final surprising thing, thing number 10, raw milk. I know you might be wondering, why am I talking about raw milk? Like I just talked about like all these like big things and like mentality and everything, and now I'm like, oh, raw milk. This really did surprise me. But okay, in Canada, getting raw milk in any shape or form is illegal. It's not just that it would not be recommended, it's about the point that getting raw milk is illegal. You can get a fine and like it's something that you can go to jail for. And I just thought like, what the heck? Why should something like that be illegal? It was... I'm like sweaty. I got really passionate with the raw milk. I hope I'm not red or shiny or anything. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. This is everything for today's video. So those were the 10 things that surprised me the most when I lived in Canada. Some of them shocked me, some of them surprised me in a good way, some of them in a bad way, but they all definitely did surprise me. Write me down in the comment section what do you relate the most, did you find the most surprising about the things that I found the most surprising. I'm really curious. Please don't forget to like the video, comment down below, and also make sure to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of my face or about anything Canada related or about any other of my weird ideas. That's it. We'll see you in another video. Bye!